Look at a video. Collision. You thought I forgot, didn't you? You thought I wasn't going to do it. Yeah, I did. It's just it's taking a little longer than I wanted, particularly that I had somewhere to go and I forgot to take my allergy medicine and my head hurts. So if I sneeze, sorry. But I want to say this before I get started. I'm going to say this now. For the older subscribers to this channel, I want to tell you that when I finish this video, and I will not be putting images in, and you guys have already heard me say I've been interested in editing my videos and wanting to put images back in again. I don't know how long that'll last, but I'm going to start doing it. But here I'm not going to, because after I make this recording, I will see if I can make 2 more recordings for the Gump Report. Yes, if anyone is a long-term subscriber to this channel, you know I used to do Gump Reports. Now, anyone else says, what the fuck is a Gump Report? If anyone has seen Forrest Gump, and the line that he says in the very opening of the show, well, not show, but this movie, he says, life is like a bunch of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That's what the Gump Report is. It's still wrestling, but you never know what you're going to get. Either I'm going to botch my ass off, or not botch my ass off, or get incredibly angry, or be laughing my ass off. It could be anything. Usually it's pretty tame, but sometimes I laugh my ass off. But here, I will be doing a couple of videos. I will not tell you what they are because, 1, I haven't figured it out yet, how I'm going to explain it. And 2, I want to surprise you. So maybe Monday or Tuesday, you will get an upload of a Gump Report. There you go. Now, what did we get in this Collision? It was not a bad show. It was not. Now, I'm not going to be heavily detailed here due to the fact that I won't. See? Now you see this popped out. I'm going to make this short. So I will not do a full detailed blow by blow for... No, I never do blow by blow. What am I saying? I will not explain everything here. I'll just talk about the stuff that seems to be very interesting. Now, I'm going to say this. The first match, it was okay. I'm not going to tell you that Big Bill is bad. He's not. He's okay. Brian Cage is not bad either. But going up against FTR, and I know this was already scheduled, I just didn't feel it. Doesn't mean the match was bad. I just wasn't feeling it because there's no build. And this is one of the problems you got with Collision. There's just no build for it. At least enough to feel interested. It's just a match. No story, no controversy, no nothing. Just a straight match. And FTR won. But what made this interesting, and I have to say this, was the ending. Because after it was over, FTR made it very clear. Well, it was Dash. He made it clear, look, it's been 10 years for us since I think he said 10 or 15 years. Can't remember right now. But he made it very clear. We've been on this journey. We wanted to show whatever promotion we went to, New Japan, Mexico, United States, Canada, it doesn't matter, that we are the best. And we want to end on a high. And this is what he said. I know this is not what we're supposed to do, but that's when he said that. He said, Young Bucks, it's time. Let's go for the title all in. Good. Another title match has been announced, which is great because, 1, we needed another one because we have very little announced, and it's almost the 27th. And 2, with the Young Bucks versus FTR, it has been a long time coming. They've only had a few matches on the main roster, and they've been basically separated for a while. So seeing them touch again will not feel like it's been done over nauseum like with WWE. I'm sorry. With nauseum, it just doesn't feel like it. So it's okay here. Now, next match. The match that, honestly, I'm going to be honest here. Do I hate Mercedes Martinez? Hell no. I think they're underutilizing her. Do I hate Statlander? No. She just came back. It's good to see her back. But I'm going to be honest here. I am not happy Statlander's champ. I'm just not. You had opportunity for almost a year to give the title to either Athena, to give it to Mercedes Martinez, to give it to a Madison Rayne. I'm not saying she's the best, but at least it would have been somebody different. You had even the Taya Valkyrie, who should have been the one who would win it because of how much a lot that's going on with her, that a lot of people really feel like she is so hot right now after leaving Impact and after what happened with WWE, just getting rid of her because of her age, because of Vince. A lot of people believe that she could have made something more of the title, which I agree. A veteran should have gotten that title first, not a total complete green amateur who's just now building into the wrestling business of a Jade Cargill. And understand, I'll make this clear. Jade, I was not against. She has worked her ass off to get those, 56 or 55 wins. She busted her ass and had improved her voice. Well, her mic skills had improved to a good extent. I mean, I'm not saying they were perfect, but she had become very competent. Her ring work had gotten better. Her physique looked great. She changed her ring attire. She made sure her nipples wouldn't show out and made sure her attire was tight. So, like in one of the matches she had where her bra just came down and the patches over her nipples were showing that were darker than her skin, there you go. I am telling you right now, I am not against Statlander, but I was not happy that Statlander won the way she did. Tony wanted it because she's one of the originals that started in the company. And understand it, but here they needed to do more with that damn title. So we get Mercedes Martinez here, who's got great potential and credentials to make that title mean something. And she didn't win. It was not a bad match, but I gotta say this. I'm not agreeing with this. That Statlander's the champ, and even though people are happy with her, I'm not against her either. I'm just saying that it just wasn't right for the last 6 months before she won it. Now, after it was over, after, a roll-up, which Mercedes did not get pinned. Now, I might put the shot in the thumbnail, but when you see it, when you saw that match, you couldn't see Mercedes was literally putting her head into Statlander's back as she was bridging back to try and take Mercedes. And her shoulders were off the mat, along with her head driven into Statlander's back as she's bridging on top of her. And the ref pinned her. The ref counted 1, 2, 3, and she was pinned. And I'm going like, I can understand why she's pissed. I literally could see it. And even though the commentary team tried to play it off, it didn't look good because you could see it literally in the camera. Now, as she's getting beaten down, you see Diamante come out looking, I'm not trying to be too over-sexualized, but Diamante is not a small-chested woman, but she's not a heavy-chested one either. And she ran down, and I don't know if she was wearing a bra or not, but her breasts were bouncing up and down. That's not one of the best things to have when you're running down to the ring. Now, for guys who like that, and girls as well, they had a field day at it. They are probably, I'm sure someone's going to clip and put on YouTube seeing Diamante's breasts bouncing up and down heavily, making her breasts look twice the size when they probably not. But if she didn't look like she was wearing a sports bra. She should have been wearing one. Now, I can't tell her what to wear, and I'm not telling her what to wear. But as someone who's now on television, that you know that you're going to be critiqued, you have to be at least mindful of it and be careful what you wear. Does not mean you have to wear it, but at least be mindful what you wear once in a while if you've been found out. In the end, she beats up on Statlander, and then Willow, who also came out, who was bouncing everywhere. No one noticed that you can't make a woman just cut them off. They're not going to cut off. There's always going to be some lower bounds. But if they're not wearing sports bras, when maybe they should, at least wear a little bit of a tight sports bra if they can, because Willow's breasts are bigger than Diamante's, so they're going to bounce a lot more. Maybe they should have worn maybe a sports bra, but they didn't. And now we're going to have a match between all four of them. Am I fond of it? It's not a bad thing, but there's no story 100% behind it. Particularly, I didn't get a chance to see ROH and Diamante supposedly had a chance at Athena's title and lost. So Unless they show a vid pack of that before that match, I'm not going to know what's going on because I didn't see it. Hell, I didn't have time to see it. Look, I did my video on Friday. I just did a video Saturday. I'm now doing a video Sunday. Get my point. Now, Joe versus Serpentico. Not even a second. I say it was like 5 or 6 seconds. He beat him. That was not the point. The point is he calls out CM Punk saying, look, the match we had in the Owen Hart tournament, I don't like that. I am not good with that. That roll up pissed my ass off. That's not how a legacy should be. Me and you at All Out, All In, not All Out, All In. I don't think he's talking about the titles of the TV or the real heavyweight championship. I don't know. It's going to count as CM Punk responding because he made it very clear. CM Punk, you better respond. If you don't, I will make you respond. So that will be something that's next. Okay. The trios title. House of Black. You know what? I'm going to skip this one because we knew the House of Black was going to win. Because who do we have? We had Lee Johnson. We had, Darius and Action Andretti, all right. But now, since you're not going to have AR Fox there because he's now with the Mogul Affiliates, they just put Lee Johnson there. So, I just can't feel them yet because we need to see Lee work with them a little while before I can really feel if Lee's going to really be compatible with those two. So, we knew they're going to lose, which they did. That's it. Let's move on. Next, we had Metalik, who's debuting, versus Jay White. I'm not surprised he lost, but the former Grand Metalik, I'm hoping they'll do something with him. But since now we have a lot of luchadors in there. Look, we got Serpentico, we got Commander, we got Gravity. Sometimes we'll maybe have Bandito when he comes in. We already got the Lucha Brothers. We have Commander. Who else do we have in there? There's another luchador. I can't remember. I think there might be another one. We got a lot of luchadors on that show. And that's AEW. It's going to be he's going to be swamped. Next to Luchasaurus. There's a lot of luchadors there. So there's going to be someone's going to get swamped. And next to Andrade El Elio, who's talking about his mask and how important it was, you're getting squeezed out. So you might not get the shine you want. So I'm not going to say anything more than that. He lost. I'm not surprised. Now, the one thing I do have to account for, well, not account, but state, was the Acclaim talking about Billy Gunn. This is where things get interesting. I did look around to see if Billy has officially retired. I didn't look at the wiki. But I don't know if this is a work or a shoot. It might be a work. I think it is. But if this is it, and Billy has officially retired, he's done a great job with the Acclaim. And I'm so happy. But I believe this is a work. Because now, supposedly, when Tony interviewed Bowman and Caster, and Bowman was the one that was talking, he said, we talked to Billy, we asked him what's going on. He said he's just done because he jobbed to the House of Black. Well, we lost the titles because of him. And he lost twice. I'm about to say job, but he lost twice. And he feels he just can't do it anymore. We told him that's not the truth, but he says he won't come back. And you see Bowman getting upset, tearing up, which is it's a nice touch. And he said, every time we go to the ring, we will be carrying your boots because we want to honor you. Everyone loves you. All the fans and us, we love you. So this is what we're going to get going forward. At least if this is a work, we will eventually get Billy back. The question is, how will we get him back if this is a work? If this is officially a shoot, what's going to happen is that Bowman and Caster will carry the boots for a little while until they win the titles again, and then we won't see the boots anymore, if it's true. I'm just saying. Final match. You saw the title. The Whipping of a Dragon. Or Whipping of the Dragon. I can't remember what I wrote. And this was a Ricky Starks versus CM Punk with a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat as a extra referee. He was not in the ring. He was outside. So we had the same ref that was the one who blew the call for Mercedes Martinez. It was a long match. It was nearly, what was it? 35 to 40 minutes? It was a long-ass match. It was not short. And at one point, there was a nasty botch. What was CM Punk thinking? He was up on the top turnbuckle like this. He jumps onto Ricky. He overshoots Ricky. Ricky could not grab him in time, and it looked so bad. That was one of the worst things in the match. But I'm not going to lie here. This match felt way too long. I think it could have been better at 25 minutes, not nearly 40. 35 or 40 minutes, I think that was it. It wasn't a bad match. I'm going to make it clear. I was not against the match. It was okay. Seeing both of them taking a little bit of attitude towards each other's own characters and their own moves. Seeing that Hulk Hogan's move was messed with. Seeing that pretty much snap into a Slim Jim. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit Macho Man Randy Savage was also added in because you know who loves to do the elbow drop. But in the end, what did we get? Ricky basically tackling the ref, the one in the ring, and trying to get over by putting his legs onto the top, well, was it the top or the middle turn rope? The middle turn rope. And Ricky, the dragon, basically kicking him off and saying, no, you're not doing that. And then the longest roll-up I've ever seen until Ricky managed to jump into the ring. The guy's 70. He can't run and move that fast. So we had to see Ricky Starks being held way longer than 3 seconds. It was like 6 or 7 seconds for Ricky to get into the ring and finally did it. Not a very fast count, too. CM Punk showed them respect and praise, going like this. And as they're both leaving the ring, Ricky Starks goes all ham, hits the dragon in the back, takes his damn belt off, knocks CM Punk out of the ring, and starts whipping that ass. Now, what I didn't say in the rest of this, which made the match way better than it was JR. I don't think I forgot about JR. JR was for this match. JR got a big hug from Ricky the Dragon. When he saw him, Ricky decided to come around the commentary table, and you see JR standing up, gave him a hug. He said, do it good, kid. Who's younger than him. You got JR who's younger than him. He's calling him kid. But the point is, during this match, JR was on point. Boy, when we heard JR had fallen and got hurt and got a bruise on his eye, he said he had to go away to take a break. Fine, that was all right. He came back. He sounds like he is not just refreshed, he's enthusiastic for this match. He was so on point. He sounded 10 to 15 years younger, guys. If you heard the way he was on right, almost perfect with his commentary. His attitude was all right. His references about current culture was pretty damn accurate for someone who's nearly 70 himself. I think he's 69. It was such a good feeling hearing JR talk, and talk with enthusiasm, talk fast, talk happy, and next to the guy having Bell palsy like I had, I'm lucky I had mild, he had severe where both sides of his face went dead. You can't even tell that he has like this. That's how his mouth is. He can't move his mouth correctly because the nerves in his face are so badly damaged from the Bell palsy. I'm lucky that this side had Bell palsy. That was many years ago. And I didn't get it that bad. So I can still use my eyes like this. I can still work. So I'm very lucky. But JR sounded great. The match was a little too long. There was one big botch in it. But still, 1, JR made the match really nice. 2, the match was not bad. And because of the beating that Starks gave to Dragon, because I can't do Ricky and Ricky, it helped Ricky Starks really feel more genuine as a heel. Like, he doesn't give a damn. He's not going to joke around. He's going to be very vicious. And now we don't know what's going to happen before the match of if we get CM Punk versus a Samoa Joe, who called him out on the show. This is pretty good, but it's just me. And I'm done, and I'm going to be doing my Gump Report. Peace.